subtracting from 1. And what one must understand when subtracting from 1 is that if you go to, a lot of people like different types of pizza, or who makes the best pizza, who knows, okay? Some people like Papa John's, some people like Rosani's, Domino's, whatever it is. But one thing you'll know is that if you have one whole pizza, many of these places cut them in different size pieces. For example, they're not in business anymore, but the No Way Pizza of yesteryear would just cut their pizza into 2 big old pieces. That wasn't very good. Okay. So, how many pieces did I cut this into? Well, 2. And if you have a whole pizza, you ate both of them, right? So you ate 2 halves of the pizza. And then, for some reason, the pizza place called 3-Way Pizza, they like to cut their pizza into 3 pieces. Oh, it was called piece pizza, I don't remember now. They cut it into 3 pieces, and if you had the whole pizza, you ate all 3 of those pieces, right? And then, if you go to Papa John's, I'm not sure about this, this could just be purely fabricated. Papa John's likes to cut their pizza into 6 equal pieces. So if you ate all of Papa John's pizza, you ate all 6 of those pizza. The whole point being to this whole nonsensical story that I'm telling you is that for the number 1, you can make millions upon billions upon zillions of fractions that are equal to it by doing what? 1 equals, if I asked you to give me a fraction that equals 1, you would tell me, Lance, besides the 3 examples I gave you, well, let's get off the number 1. Give me something else. How about 5,000 over 5,000? If you cut a pizza into 5,000 pieces and you ate all 5,000, you would have eaten the whole pizza. So Lance, another fraction that equals 1 would be
10,000
over what?
10,000.
Now we're talking about those small fractions. 10,000 over 10,000. Or let's just go with everyday commonsensical kind of things. 8 over 8, or 7 over 7, or 15 over 15, or 12 over 12. Why, you ask, is this important?
Why is this important?
Why is this important? Well, because if you're given a problem that looks like this, 1 minus 3/5. As Isabel already stated once today, so this will be the second time today you've heard this. Anytime you're given a subtraction fraction problem, you write it up and down. So you'd write it like this, 1 minus, and we put 3/5 over here because it's a fraction and 1 is not. Okay. I need to make 1 a fraction. So in order for me to subtract these, I've got to take this whole number 1 and turn it into a fraction that works well with the 3/5 fraction that I already have. Now, I'll entertain, it's like borrowing actually. You're going to cross this off. You're going to cross the 1 off and make a fraction that's the same as 1. That would make it real easy to work with 3/5. Now, any suggestions as to what fraction equal to 1 that would work nicely with 3/5 and it would get along with? Out there in the world doing whatever there. Maddie?
5/5.
How about 5/5? Why 5/5? Because now they have the same bottom number and I can take 3/5. If I had 5/5, I wish I would have done something different now. What is this? Chrysler. If I have 5/5 and I take 3/5 of them away, There's 1/5 gone, 2/5 gone, 3/5 gone. I know what I'm left with, which is 2/5. Okay. 1 minus 3/5 is 2/5, and that's a good thing to know. And it works that way with anything. Ooh, that is bright. If I have 1 minus 7/8, it ends up being rewritten as 1 minus 7/8. I'm going to take and cross off the 1 and make it what fraction? Wait. Right. I'm going to make it 8/8 because I want to deal with in 8s, and I can take 7/8 from 8/8 and end up with just my 1/8. Or if I had 1 minus 17/20. Let's make it a little bit tougher for you. I'm going to write it up and down, 1 minus 17/20. My 1's going to change into what fraction? We see in a pattern here at some point, Jillian? I'm going to take 1 and make it what fraction? Jade, no help. I'll give you a little clue. We're always looking at this bottom number here. Notice how I took, when I had 7/8, I made this 8/8, and when I had 3/5, I made this 5/5, and when I had, I guess I didn't have any of this. So what am I going to make? Change my 1 into what over what?
13.
I am not going to make it 13 because 13 doesn't work well with 20. Charlie?
20/20.
Whatever this bottom number is the number I want to change my 1 into, 20/20s. And then I can do my subtracting. 17 from 20 is 3 20s.
Whoa! Okay.
It doesn't do it now.
Because it's at the bottom, you can't work yourself up.
Bird machine.
One more.
Dinosaur shark teeth.
Yay.
Oh, the giant one.
What about 1 minus 7/11? 1 minus 7/11. Jillian, I'm going to give you another chance to redeem yourself on this one. I'm going to change 1 into 11/11. The other thing they're also going to ask you to do and make sure that you understand is this. Anytime you come up with that, if you have 7/10 plus 3/10 and you get 10/10, you're not allowed to leave that answer as 10/10 because there's an easier way to write it. 10/10 is the same as 1, so you need to give your answer as 1. Or if they give you this, 6 3/3, you're not allowed to keep it as 6 3/3. 3/3 is the same as 1, so you have to put the 1 with the 6 and get a 7. So anytime you come up with that thing that equals 1, make sure you change it to what it should be.
Is it so like